Hello everybody, how's everyone day? Ame Gakita. Alright, and also almost one more thing, Happy Lunar New Year. So, okay, in regard is that one thing that I find very interesting, is that again, we are going to talk about DokiBird and as well as the allegation against Nijisanji, especially against their members. There's quite a lot of things to talk about, and I'm just going to kind of like address them a little bit, not too much, kind of give them the benefit of doubt, like from both ends for a lot of things. So it's kind of interesting that when people like talking about how Nijisanji kind of don't care about their talents and say that maybe like I've talked about this, like maybe the talents got along the line of being brainwashed to the point of they get kind of like underestimate their value along the line. And it's interesting to see, considering that like Doki-san or DokiBird, who is also well known for being Selen in Nijisanji after getting terminated, she kind of like put up address her situation, put up a statement along the line, and in her return live stream, the returning live stream had reached over 1.2 million views at the time of this recording. That's including those who have viewed at the time, which was around 100,000 viewers at I think it was 120 at the peak. It's like, you imagine that so much people took their time and effort to watch her return, proof to show that how much people care about her, how much people would think and work for her. And the best part of all, she had finally reached modelization, because she had reached her apparently that the criteria to do so. So for her return, it's like she returned one day, the next day she can be modelized, and meaning to say that when she live stream, she will be able to get super chat out, or people subscribing or joining her membership along the line. So it just proved a lot of things that how Nijisanji in the past couldn't do. And the funny thing is, right, she got a manager, well, two of them to be apparently, because there is called the Mr. Man, and then there is also a Little Man. So it is safe to say that it's two of them. And based on the report, she had able to be able to pull out a merch store, a store to buy her merchant, like for offer to let people buy her merchandise. And it's interesting that the moment it was put out, the moment she put out the link, it was sold out. It was immediately sold out, proving that how much people supporting her. And at the same time, it also showed to prove that her value as a VTuber is really, really high. It's just that Nijisanji as a company decided to just say, hey, you are worthless to us, because they say that her it's like when Nijisanji put out the statement stating that the financial hit to their hit will be negligible, and yet considering that right now a lot of people is now supporting Doki-san, it just proved to show that people are now very mad at Nijisanji as a whole. But does that mean that there is no supporter of Nijisanji? Well, the thing is, right, now we have to address some of the talent situation. The interesting thing when I talk about how the talents may be forced to continue streaming and not even address Selen situation, it's interesting because the thing is, right, some of the talents had do collabs or stream together or do their own stream as per usual, and when that actually happened, they hardly mention about Selen or address anything to that, or even just outright just do their own stream and don't care about it. And people start speculating that they are being forced to do so. Whether are they really good or not will be a whole new different story, including there is a few allegations against their talents. And again, like I mentioned along the line, that there is no confirmation, there is no like hard evidence to prove so. But then again, there is actually someone who put up the statement about allegation against some of the talents, especially one of them. So I did check the Twitter to read the whole situation myself. It is very very long, considering that the way she put up her statement, this person as she put up her statement is very very strong accordingly, with evidence proving so. As she, I mean, like, her put up her statement proof that her statement does have some point of proof, but at the same time she also did not like allow people to comment on it, so it is very there is still a little bit of benefit of doubt on many ends. But I am going to say that based on the evidence shown, why it is a very possible that the person in question may be what people may not think he is. But whether is it true or not, I cannot put too much stake into it, because it is still considered allegation, and I'm not a judge, so I can't really give a verdict. But the only thing I would say, based on the evidence wise, after reading all through them, it is a very strong evidence to prove so, unless the other party or the person who with the allegation have to like try to defend themselves and give more on their side of the story. But at the time of this recording, based on the story, all these things, I feel like it can prove the point that the person with the allegation against him is really as what many people might think. Because I wouldn't say whether I have spoken to him, but I have seen his live stream. I have kind of like understand his personality. He does seems to be a person who showed a two-face, but I'm not sure is it true or not. It's just me overthinking. It can be so. But considering that a lot of things that I always tend to understand based on the person tune, all these things, how a person interact, all these things, I can kind of guess along the line. But whether the person really did something like that, I cannot say so. But the thing is, right, like again, like I mentioned, considering the evidence put up, the screenshot, the message, all these things, it does seems to show, yes, the person does have evidence to prove so, like she have strong evidence to say. But then again, considering that she didn't put up comment, it can be also meaning to say that the person may have a lot of mob trying to attack her accordingly, so she is trying to defend herself along that line. So I can see I can kind of like see what is happening. But on the other hand, again, like I mentioned, those are very very strong evidence to prove. And I'm not saying that there are no people don't believe her. Now with the allegation and evidence being put forth, there are people who is thinking that yes, there is a possibility that the person may be along the line of being similarly a manipulator or narcissist along that line. So it is very possible, but we cannot definitely say until the person decides to deny or admit to it. But I can say that the very very likely the person in question will just keep quiet. He won't address the situation. From how I look at it, the only if he does address it, it will not be very very good. So the best way is for him to keep quiet. That's how I feel about it. But on the other hand, the evidence wise being put up against him is also very very strong. The evidence prove the timeline accordingly, everything, and after a little bit of investigation, does seems to prove that this young lady over here, which many people deem her as a pedophile, because she is apparently that she date the guy when he was considered underage along the line. So I'm not quite sure about that end. I mean, like, she had a very strong allegation against herself based on many other people. But considering that situation, I am very inclined to see that the evidence against both the member of Nijisanji as well as this young lady, both had very strong evidence. And except for this young lady, the evidence seemed to prove her point that she was actually the victim in a way. So all in all, I can't give my full take, except that I feel like this young lady seems to be a victim, but I wouldn't say whether she is not guilty or not. There is a few points that she has to be a bit guilty on. So it is kind of like a bit of a iffy situation for me. There is two sides of the coin. It's very hard for me to pull out. But if you guys really want to talk more on that, write in the comment below and we can discuss that further. And I mean, like, also another funny thing is, right, there is also another situation where they trying to collab with a member against each other in a way to ensure that they are kind of like have no bad blood against each other. And it's kind of proof to the funny interesting thing when Doki-san mentioned that is like bully in the apparently there is a bully within the Nijisanji talent members, as well as there is toxic and poor working environment. And yet, right after that statement is put out, Nijisanji go along the line of like, hey, you know what? We are gonna have a lot of different collaboration, and a lot of different members start collabing with each other, which kind of made me really wonder: is this another attempt at damage control with the talents along accordingly? Because if anyone who do notice the number of the collab with each other, I mean, like, I was checking out quite a few of them. Khyo-san did talk about the allegation more. So if you guys really want to look into more on the allegation, I will put up the link for his video for you guys to check it out. He also addressed another situation in later part of the video, which is not related to the situation, but I will address that in the next video because it is a whole new different story. But putting out into contents, Forsan have put up a situation, a video on that, so I will address that on a later video for a next random chat. But the thing is, right, it's actually kind of interesting when I was like looking into a lot, like looking through all of these, and then after that I kind of, when I was like doing some research along the line of Nijisanji collaboration along the line, and then Nijisanji kind of like put up statement in regards about after considering that there is a collaboration with their member, or even when they even outright cancel they kind of like cancel out the tournament or stream because they want to ensure the quality of their live along the line. It kind of like really begged the question, is Nijisanji really trying to defend their talents accordingly when they should have done that for Selen in the past? And again, like I mentioned, if anyone who actually like go and do research on some of the talents of the collaboration or the way they live stream, it seemed very iffy in a way. Like they are trying to, like a lot of people saying like, oh, they are having fun, they are doing all these things. But when you look at the whole stream, it seems that they are having fun as a whole. But when you actually consider the situation at the same time, it seems like it just, like again I mentioned, it is a possibility of a damage control to ensure that people think that they are in those live are in good working condition, they are having fun, there is no bully among each other. And I mean, like the timing is just too iffy. The timing is just too much of a coincidence that caused me to really wonder, is it really true? I'm not saying that people should believe what I say or what they say along the line. It's just that everyone can suggest to their judgment. There will be people who defend their members. There will be people defend. I mean, like when I talk to one person, they or trying to talk to multiple person trying to defend their Nijisanji. When they kind of say, "Oh, I'm not defending Nijisanji. Oh, you check their bio. I'm a Nijisanji shipper," along that line, or simper, or whatever they call themselves. And it's really kind of caused me to wonder, like, are they truly really defending Nijisanji just because they are not even if they are saying they are staying neutral? Because when I look at the whole situation, it just seems weird to me. I mean, like, I can be rapping along the line on Nijisanji trying to trying ways to create kind of like damage control along the line, but when you look at the whole situation, like the number of live stream happening, or how leak indicating there is bad blood between the members, and then they do live stream along the line trying to prove that whole, and then people start, oh, they are having they are collabing very nicely. But the thing is, right, again, like I mentioned, are they truly really nice behind the scene? Is very very hard to know. We know that they had decided to live stream along the line. They decided to have fun along the line, along the stream, but we won't know whether is it true behind the scene. Whatever you've seen on stream is very very different from real life, and that until there is like evidence proven by them to indicate they are truly have there is no bad blood against each talent along the line, then that will beg the question on why Selen have put up a statement that is a bully. Again, it may be that the bully may not be a talent but the management, but considering that management have been doing a lot of poor job at damage control, I am very inclined to think that Nijisanji, there is some issue within Nijisanji internally. But then again, back to the situation where the live stream of the members, the collaboration, all these things, people will be saying like, oh, they have already planned it long ago. Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe I don't know. But the timing is too much of a coincidence. Thing is happening at a very interesting part, and yet when you look at how people supporting Doki-san as a whole, she is like when she say along the line like she want to reach 500,000 at the end of the year, she's already like nearing that milestone herself. People are supporting her. She got a lot of fan art in Twitter. She got a lot of people willing to give sponsorship to her or partnership with her or even give free gift to her accordingly. So it just proves to show that Nijisanji is finally realizing how bad their situation is. And when I was looking at like reading at some of the comment of the video of how situation, people are now speculating that Pomu did the right thing by jumping the yard along the line, or even like along people are saying like, where were you when Selen needed your support, or shareholder must be really angry if you are pretending to care all of a sudden. Like all these things when they are trying to show concern about their talents, it's like, why were this not done in the past but now? It just I mean like, if anyone want to say that, oh hey, they used to do that a lot, when you go and search out their past tweet, there is no such thing. The damage control of the negligible to the finance was done after, like only done for Selen. When they say that there is a toxic working environment, why is it out of nowhere all the talents start having collaboration? Why are the talents all suddenly out of nowhere decided to just show, oh, there is a bad blood between these two talents? No, we are gonna let them collab. They are gonna do collab. You better do collaboration, alright? So it's like, it seems very iffy. Like, are they being the talents being forced to do all these things? I'm not sure, and it's kind of interesting that when I mentioned that the talent are just employees, they are along whatsoever, and I even mentioned in my previous video that maybe just maybe the Nijisanji did break the law for the Canada labor law as well as the Japan labor law when they terminate Doki-san, who was Selen at that point of time, in a way that they it is a questionable termination, because the thing is, right, I know some people will be saying along the line, oh, she is just a contracted person. No, I will address this now. Anyone who know me long beforehand know that I used to be a contracted VTuber in the past, and I have signed a contract accordingly before I was terminated. Under that contract, I am still I was supposed to work accordingly for the company. I was supposed to do a lot of stream for the company, and when I was terminated due to poor performance according to them, because they want high numbers, I couldn't give them that apparently, because they didn't do marketing for me. I can't do anything about it. I have to market myself. So and they decided to terminate me because I give poor numbers. And the funny thing is, right, even when they terminate me, they still send me a notification. They still send me a message indicating when I'll be terminated. but it was not done so for Selen Tatsuki. No, for Toki-san. So it really begged the question, like, if I was able to receive such a message, it just made me question, like, why did Nijisanji not done so? They should have at least sent a message to Toki-san at least beforehand, so that they will be aware before we became aware. So it just proved that the termination by Nijisanji is considered invalid, which means that technically Selen should not be terminated in the first place. But then again, that would beg the question: is she considered part of Nijisanji again? That I will have to put out the question. The argument that it will depend on Toki-san herself now. But considering the situation with how Toki-san is now having even sponsorship, having merch sales, having all sold out accordingly, I think it's best for Selen to stay as an indie for now until Nijisanji is able to offer much better condition for her to come back, because Nijisanji already blew the bridge. They broke the bridge with a freaking nuclear bomb. So that's how I feel about the situation. It's really a very bad take on Nijisanji. And even if they decided to indicate that they are going to give a best offer to Selen, then that would beg the question, like, Nijisanji company has to offer the same thing to all other talents, because if other talent know of that offer, then they will have to request for the same thing, and when that same thing is not given to them, then they will start making noise, and that will be a whole new different story on Nijisanji. So at the time of this recording, I am not really sure about the contract on Nijisanji end, but I can assure you there is quite a few things that is very iffy, but I will not comment too much on that, just for safety reason. But based on late, yes, there is quite a lot of concerning thing within the contract itself. There is quite a lot of things that I believe the contract is not worth signing on. But if people wish to continue supporting Nijisanji or even join Nijisanji, they are free to do so. It's just that whether you get the treatment as what you think you might get will be a whole new different story. It may be different, it may be better, who knows, I can't say, because considering that Nijisanji situation from the Japan side all the way till now, it had never changed over the long period of 5 years, 6 years along the line. I don't intend to say that they will do the same thing. Like, even when the time when people say, like, why did Nijisanji give only 2% of the merchandise to the talents, it's actually more towards the point that the other money was supposed to be invested into other talents, to be invested into making more, making the company bigger, making more talents to join, letting more people to be part of the Nijisanji family. But when the situation about the yacht, or there is no studio in Nijisanji for Nijisanji, or even like when talents have to pay for their own project, it just proved to show that the money has long gone into the pocket of the higher up in Nijisanji. And again, like I mentioned, it is really not worth joining unless people feel like they want to join. I can't stop them. But on the other hand, it's really the damage control is very obvious at this point of time. It's really weird, all these things happening, all this, and allegations start happening, like, evidence is pretty, I wouldn't say too strong, but it is strong enough to prove a point. So it's in between a soft and a hard evidence. Soft evidence, because the thing is, right, there is still point to counter, like, for her situation, some of the situation can be counter argument, counter argue, but on the other hand, they seem to prove a point that the person under allegation is also on the wrong. So unless she's, like, in my situation, unless she is willing to risk it all herself and bring down the other party on at the same time with her, then if not, I feel like it's really not worth for her situation personally. But again, unless the allegation, there is one last evidence to prove that point. If not, I will just say that we can't be sure about the evidence itself, because there will be people saying like, oh, it's a counterfeit evidence or whatsoever. There is a lot of people there will always be defender of Nijisanji members. I had checked out some of the members live stream. There is quite a heavy moderation on all the live stream accordingly, and I can only say that it seems very weird, at least in my eyes, but there will be a debate for future people. For me, I don't wish to discuss this like any further. It's just making me very, very tired. I mean, like, I also was very, very tired in real life because of the Lunar New Year, having to visit a lot of families, relatives, talk with a lot of relatives. So I'm actually very, very tired when I'm doing this recording and uploading this video immediately. But other than that, what I can do say is that some situation is best give a wait and see situation. But I wanted to address this accordingly, that the damage control seems very weird. The way they try to defend themselves also seems very weird now. Like, of all time this were done, it even when people asking like they were done this long ago, it is really questionable. Again, when the allegation come out against one of the members, or when 4chan put up a lot of different apparent leak of bad blood between members to members, it seems like everything had kind of clicked and not clicked. It's more towards the point that the leak start happening, people start trying, and then there is people trying to defend their Oshi, saying that we should not attack their talents. Doki-san did mention along the line that we should not harass or bully the talents. But then again, if there is like strong evidence or strong story to indicate that yes, the people that those Nijisanji support defender are supporting is a bully, then we have to ask them, the question would be like, do you feel good supporting a bully? That will be a whole new different story. Again, they will think of way to defend their Oshi. I can understand their feeling. I can see why they are doing so, but again, it would be best to focus fire on the again, like I mentioned, focus fire on the management first, and see how they handle it. If they change for the better, it will be best. A lot of people are now thinking that it may be considered a good thing, considering that even Khyo are saying that maybe it's a step towards the right direction. But like I mentioned, it may be. I will have to give a counter argument to Khyo-san. Whether he watched my live stream or whether he watched my live stream or my video or not, I will not know. But my counter argument to that is that it may be the Nijisanji management may be putting up a show, and a few weeks later they will forget about it. Again, they have done one thing that I proven in my long prediction long ago, is that they will force their talents to do live stream accordingly. There should be no mention of Selen. They will just stream as if there is nothing bad blood between each other. They will be forced to do and not to address Selen situation. Throughout the live stream, there is no mention of Selen. They are just streaming as if it's normal along the line. So again, Nijisanji had done as what I predicted. I don't think I got any more point to prove how right I am. Nijisanji already dug the freaking black hole. Anyone who joined my Discord will know that what name I had given to my Discord server is my black hole, okay? So I know very, very well about a lot how my prediction work. Nijisanji had already done a lot of situation, and I can now safely say that Nijisanji had done the worst prediction I ever did in my life, and that was the termination of Selen, as well as the losing of partnership and sponsorship throughout that short period of time. It's really funny that a lot of my prediction had starting to come true. It has starting to become worse, but again, the next prediction, which may come as a shock to many after that, would be 3-4 days later, it will be back to normal. You guys will start to realize that my prediction is based on the behavior on how they do a lot of situation, all these things, how finance start, a lot how company work. I have seen it a lot. As an old man, I understand a lot of these things, this and that. So if you guys don't believe, look at the situation right now. There are less and less people talking about Nijisanji. There is less and less people attacking Nijisanji as a whole. The situation was very, very strong at the start, but it's getting lesser and lesser. It'll be it's just that for me at this point of time, it's just that I take a breather, I take a moment to rest, and after that I will be back to being vocal about Nijisanji. But if you look at some of the people talking about Nijisanji, is getting lesser. Not much people is covering. Like not much of the biggest YouTuber like Fosun is not addressing about the Nijisanji anymore. They are covering other news already. Khyo is also covering other trying to cover other news himself. Hero and Rest Say Des have already covered other stuff anyway, which I will be also talking about those other things like Ubisoft situation or even animations, the Crunchyroll situation along the line. So it's like there is a lot of topic for me to cover, but I feel like whether will I move on from Nijisanji situation, I think from now on I'll probably be vocal about it. If there is big situation or big allegation or big story, I will make a video about it. But for me right now, I'm more towards on leaning to yes, I want to cover other news. I don't want like my random chat to be just focus on one hit on Nijisanji. It is making me very tired actually. When there's a combination of Nijisanji story, I may also compile them into one and put it out. But I don't know, maybe I put that something inside me telling me that the moment I put up this video, I think that I won't be covering about Nijisanji story. The next day, another Nijisanji story coming out. That's how I feel, but I'm not sure. Who knows? But I hope to cover other stuff again myself. But again, like I mentioned, everything will be back to normal. And whether we all like it or not, Nijisanji, I really hope that people should focus fire on Nijisanji. Be vocal as like me, talk about all this situation. Understand that Nijisanji should not just be forgiven that easily. But if people are very big-hearted, very kind for Nijisanji, I can assure you that Nijisanji is just gonna eat more money. The talent is not going to get the money they deserve along the line, and it'll be getting more worse and worse. And because the thing is, why I'm saying that is that they think that after they blew up again, then their situation will be back to normal, and that will be the situation where they say it's negligible. That will be a point they're trying to prove. So for me, I'm more inclined to say that we should prove the negligible damage should be very, very bad. It should drop all the way down. But at the time, when I say it's really my prediction have been right on the money for a lot of time when it comes to Nijisanji. So let's just see how wrong they will prove the prediction be. I had no idea. I'm not very, very sure, but I'm going to give a wait and see approach, and then I will probably, hopefully for my random chat, I'll be talking more about other topic from hopefully for the next random chat. Like I mentioned, I am trying to cover another situation which is also pretty big allegation at the time of this recording. So hopefully I will talk more on the situation at next time. But for now, Nijisanji situation, we will hopefully this will be considered the end of the first section. Who knows? I mean, like considering the Nijisanji situation, it's very hard to say. With that being said, write down the comment below. What do you guys think about the whole Nijisanji? Do you think that the allegation against their talents or leak about the talents, bad blood, all these things, is it true, or is it just based on speculation or based on false information? As well as the situation on Doki-san, do she deserve it or not along that line? I mean, like there's one before the midway I thought along the video that I kind of forget. I've already got very poor memory as an old man, but yeah, there's quite a lot of things to discuss in this video, but I feel like that should be all for now. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe for more random chat where I talk about stuff that doesn't follow a single trend. Hopefully the next video I will not be talking about that, okay? But with that being said, I hope all of you have a nice day or night. Bye.